So, Kevin, you are collaborating with the Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa card to help people pursue their passion. Tell us about this card and why it's a must for everyone.
Well, I think it's super important to prioritize things that bring us joy. One thing in our life that we do is we get to travel around so much, but when we're traveling, we are always trying to find things that bring us happiness outside of what we do on the daily, right? Whether it's playing shows or whatever. But for me, it's actually golf. Like anytime I'm getting to travel, I'm a huge golfer. It's been a huge passion for me for the last couple of years. Collecting guitars, they're all around me actually currently. And I think working with the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card, which gives you 2% cash rewards on purchases like that, can really jumpstart your hobbies. So it's kind of a nice way to kind of kick off things that you're passionate about and start to like put your finances in order in a way that like allows you to spend time doing things you love outside of the daily grind.
Yeah, it's just more motivation to do something new or to continue to pursue something you love.
Absolutely. And for us, we always say we go on tour so we can golf. So it's kind of nice that we can continue to do that. And we always find great things. Plus, there's the one thing about golf is there's always more to purchase, sadly. But so this card will definitely help with that.
Perfect. And I mean, why did you want to participate or to do this with Wells Fargo specifically? Did they approach you or how did this whole thing come about?
Yeah, no, I have a passion for, keeping things in order from a finance perspective and understanding how to best benefit your long-term financial goals. So when they approached me about it, it just made tons of sense. Plus, I I can speak to the fact that, working towards finding things and finding ways to like really pursue your passions is very organic to myself, right? Like that. Luckily, in our life, we've been very lucky to be able to make music, and that's what I do on the daily, beyond everything else. But when we're doing all of that, we have to find ways to kind of decompress and get away from things. And finding hobbies that matter are a great way to do it. But a lot of times, it's about putting money aside to do those things. So a card like this that can give you 2% cash back, like you can actually put money aside in a feasible manner to actually like focus on those things.
You might not even be trying, and then you're like, oh, wow, I have all this money set aside.
Yeah, it's really nice because it's like, yes, exactly what you just said. You get to put this stuff aside without having to work towards it. And so when you do purchase towards it, you're also kind of investing in yourself, which is really important for me. And, I was self-taught with guitar forever. And so as I started getting more and more involved with it, and as more as, of course, now it's my career, but when I was still my passion, still my hobby, anytime I purchase towards that, I want to always save just a little bit extra, just for a couple extra little nice little toys for myself.
Yeah, and anyone can do this. And I mean, you also have a sweepstakes launching with this card on September 7th. Explain to us what that is all about and how people can join the
Yeah,
sweepstakes.
so make sure to tune in to Kevin Jonas, my Instagram, and I'll have all the information there. But we're giving the people a chance to win cash from Wells Fargo Active Cash Card to go towards their purchasing. So it's going to be exciting. There'll be a lot of news on that on September 7th. So make sure to check
Perfect. A
Instagram.
great way for people to try out their passions. And speaking of passion,
Totally.
you are a few months away from kicking off your Las Vegas residency with the Jonas Brothers. Can fans expect new music?
New music. That keeps happening to us. They keep asking us the same question. We'll see. We are still currently finishing up the project. We are very close to being done with it. Will it be ready? Will we be introducing new music? Possibly. Maybe we do it in a different capacity. Maybe we won't play it live, and maybe we'll do some other things. I'm not sure. So we're still talking about it. We're actually getting together like next week because we have shows in Mexico, which will be really cool. And so we will have more time to spend discussing. It always comes together last minute for us, but
Yeah.
we've actually been working on this for what feels like 2 years, this new album, but really it's been 2 years in the making and it clicked in the last 4 months. So
Ooh.
sometimes you have to take the time to get your art right and your passion right, and we had to live a little bit of life to tell some of the stories that we were going through, and we're all doing different things at the same time, but it really is special, and this is by far the best music that I think that we've ever put together.
Oh, okay. Because your last album was pretty good. So I'm
Thank you. I
pretty
appreciate that.
excited.
No, I can personally say this is my favorite album that we've ever done.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm so looking forward to hearing it and for your
Thank
residency.
you.
And also you and your brothers, you all have daughters. And what is your favorite part of being a girl dad?
Oh man, every day is a new challenge. Every day is a new reward. Being a girl dad, it completely alters how you grew up, right? Like we were a house of four boys. So like the way we did things was like get outside, just go. And it's like we would leave in the morning and come back when the lights in the street were turning on. It was just a different time, different day. But like now it's they want us to be so involved in everything that you do. And I think little exploratory things. And for us, it's like taking my daughter to the store like late last night because I needed something last minute. Like those little daddy daughter time is so special, and I want to be a good example for them. But I learn so much more from them every single day.
Oh, that's so sweet. And I mean, you mentioned that you guys were a household full of guys, and now your family is full of girls. Were you
Yeah.
surprised at how this turned out? Was this like a nice little blessing and or
It was. It completely altered how everything operates. But it's special. For us, it's a new way of looking at the world, and we each have our own journeys. I can just speak to kind of mine, and having these two girls. My girls are 8 and 5 now, so we have our daughter going into her first year of kindergarten this year, which is crazy, and Alina's obviously in third grade. But it's like it's wild. Both kids are in like real school now, so it's gonna be even more different than it was
Yeah.
before.
Was dropping them off at school super hard? Did you shed some tears every year?
First day walk, like after you like drop them for the first time and then like left, like I was a little overwhelmed by all of it. It was a little too much to handle. And then of course, what's really nuts is like you do that and then the pandemic happens. So it was it was a different day for all of us. They really started school in a different capacity, but luckily now they're back in school with their friends, enjoying that time. And I'm just excited that we are finding more and more time and more ways to be together. We
Yeah.
are family first, and we always try to do the best we can to be together, but it's not so easy all the time.
Yeah. And I mean, you also mentioned that your daughters are 8 and 5. I'm curious, how has your parenting style changed now that they're older?
Um, a little more understanding in certain things, right? Like explaining why you're saying no to doing
Mhm.
something, or explaining to them, it's not just like, no, don't do that. It's like, here's why. I'm not just talking to talk, like, walking it through with them, letting them understand. So maybe next time they understand why it would be a better choice to do something different. Like, I think just having more of a conversation around boundaries with certain things is really important. And as they get older, I'm learning more from them than I would for myself, especially when it comes to like what's trending and what's cool.
Yeah. And I mean, you and Danielle have been married for 13 years. What is the highlight of married
Isn't
life
that
right now?
crazy? 13
It's
years, time.
crazy. That's like half my life.
So old.
Like, actually.
I know, right?
Yeah. What is the highlight of married life for you right now at this moment?
I think still married to your best friend, every day is special, right? We're still learning about each other as yes, we got married young, but we're starting to grow. We're still growing, right? And it's
Yeah.
funny how we are continually growing, but in a way to be more connected, more in love. And we try really hard. It's about communication, just like our kids. Like if we don't talk through how to everything, we talk more than most people talk ever, especially when I'm traveling. We spend a lot of time on the phone, and people are like, "How are you still talking?" I'm like, "Well, it's just how we dated, how we operated, so we fall into old patterns when I'm
Yeah.
traveling." It's nice, it's important. It's just now it's more about them.
Yeah.
It's like we're a team just trying to do our best to make their lives the best they can be.
Yeah, that's so cute. And one last question. I want to talk really quickly about Claim to Fame. You're working with your brother, Frankie. I know that this was his first time hosting. You're obviously a veteran. You've hosted, you've sold out arenas, you've done so many things in your life. I'm curious, did Frankie teach you anything while working on Claim to Fame?
Yeah, Frankie's whole MO, like I kind of walked in being like the hosty host, right? If that's even a verb. But like he specifically was like very much allowing me to like be that, and he was himself. And I think that was so cool to see. Like there was no persona. It was just Frankie being Frankie, and I think the joy in that was just wonderful.